Hello students, let's learn moment and couple of forces. Now, consider this man. To open the door, can we apply parallel force? Yes or no? The answer is no. We cannot open or close the door by parallel force. We have to apply perpendicular force to generate the rotation of door, right? So, opening and closing of door is one type of moment, one type of rotation, but it is mandatory to give perpendicular force to generate the same rotation, right? So you can say moment is nothing but force multiplied by perpendicular distance. Now consider this point A. The force of 10 kilonewton and the distance of this force from A point is 2 meter. So what about the moment? It's 10 into 2 and the direction is clockwise and the moment is 20 kilonewton into meter. Now for this force, the distance from A point, remember we are taking moment about A point. So the distance of each and every force that is from A point. So moment of force 2 about A point is 10 into 4 and the magnitude is 40 kilonewton into meter and direction is clockwise. For force 3, the distance of this force 3 from A point is 6 meter. So the magnitude of moment is 10 into 6 and that is 60 in clockwise direction. Right. So what is the moment? Moment of force is the measure of its tendency to cause a body to rotate about the specific point. Our point is A and each and every force is rotated about A point. So A is our reference point and the magnitude of moment of force acting about a point or axis is directly proportional to the distance of force from the point or axis. Now consider this 10. Consider this 10. The distance of force 1 from A is 2 meter. So the moment is less. As the distance increases from A point, the magnitude of moment also increases. So the moment is directly proportional to the distance of that particular force from your reference point. Right? I hope it's clear. Now, let us have very simple examples. Consider this 10 kilonewton first. Now tell me, what about the moment generated from this 10 kilonewton? Is there any moment? No, because the line of action of this force is passing through A point only. There is no perpendicular distance. So, the moment that will be generated by this force only. And now, from this point, go towards arrow direction and this will move by this way towards shortest path, right? So what about the moment? Moment is clockwise in nature. And what about the magnitude? Magnitude is 20 kilonewton into meter, 10 into 2 and nature is clockwise. So this moment is clockwise moment. Now consider this figure. Do we have any moment from this 10 kilonewton? No, because it is passing through A point only, right? So no distance, no perpendicular distance. Now moment of this 10 kilonewton. Now to determine nature, from and towards arrow direction, then move like this. What about the nature of moment? Nature of moment is anti-clockwise. And what about the magnitude? Magnitude is 10 into 2. 20 kilonewton into meter in anti-clockwise direction. Now consider this figure. Now do we have any moment of this force about A point? No, because the line of action of this force is passing through A point only. So we don't have any moment of this 10 kilonewton about A point. Now moment of this 10 kilonewton, yes, it is there. And what about the magnitude? Now you have to tell me. It is 10 into 2. And what about the nature of moment? The nature of moment is from end to arrow, then at a point. What about the nature of moment? Nature of moment is clockwise, and the magnitude of moment is 20 kilonewton into meter. Now tell me, do we have any moment of this force about a point? No, because the line of action of force is passing through a, so no distance, no perpendicular distance, so the moment of force is 0. Now moment of this 8 kilonewton about a. Now what about the nature? From end to arrow, then go towards a. The nature of moment is anti-clockwise, and the magnitude is 8 multiplied by 2, and it's 16 kilonewton into meter. Hope the clockwise and anti-clockwise moment concept is clear. Now some few examples. Moment of this force, again the line of action is passing through a, no distance, no perpendicular distance, so 0. Moment of this force, 2 into 2, 4, clockwise in nature. Moment of this force, 5 into 0, because no perpendicular distance. Moment of this force, it is 4 into 2, clockwise in nature. Moment of this force, 0. Moment of this force, it is 7 into 2, 14, and clockwise in nature. Moment of this force, it is 5 into 3 and anti-clockwise in nature, 15 kilonewton into meter. Now for this, moment of this 2 kilonewton. Now this is the line of action from end to arrow, then rotate about a. What about the type of rotation? Clockwise, and magnitude is 2 into 2, 4 kilonewton into meter. Now magnitude of this force F2 is 5 kilonewton. Again this is the line of action of force, and again the nature of moment is clockwise. 5 into 2, 10 kilonewton into meter. Now same way, again this is the line of action of force, and the rotation is anti-clockwise. So 5 into 2, 10 kilonewton into meter, anti-clockwise. Now moment of this force, that is this is the line of action of force, rotation is clockwise, and the magnitude is 4 into 2, 8 kilonewton into meter. Now instead of one reference point, now we have two reference point. One is A, another one is B. First of all, let us consider only point A. So we have to take distance of each and every force from A point, right? First of all, let us consider F1, right? What about the line of action of F1? It is passing through A only. So we don't have any moment of F1 with respect to A. Okay, now for F2 force, okay, the distance of F2 force, perpendicular distance of F2 force about A point is 2 meter. And what about the type of rotation? It is clockwise. So 4 into 2, 6 kilonewton into meter. Now for force 3, again the line of action of this force is passing through A point only. So the no moment of this force about A point. Now our reference point is B. Now the line of action of this force, both are passing through B point. So no distance, right? So M1 and M2 both are 0. Now what about this M3? It is M3, that is F3 5 multiplied by 2. And what about the nature of moment? Nature of moment is anti-clockwise, right? So M3 is equal to 5 into 2, 10 kilonewton into meter, anti-clockwise in nature. Now, couple of forces. It's couple of forces, so no one force. It is generated by two forces. Okay, the distance between them is 3 meter. Now look at this force. They are parallel to each other, yes or no? They are equal in magnitude, yes or no? Again, they are opposite in direction, yes or no? Yes. Now consider this point. Now let us rotate this couple about this point. What about the type of rotation? It is clockwise in nature or anti-clockwise in nature? It is anti-clockwise in nature. So the couple is anti-clockwise couple. Now again, no one force. Couple is generated by two forces. Now the distance between them is 3 meters. Now consider this point. Let us rotate this couple about this point. What about the type of rotation? What about the nature of rotation? It is clockwise. So this is clockwise couple. So driving a car, for that we have to apply equal and opposite forces. Right, so it is example of couple. Opening a tap. Again, for that we have to apply equal and opposite forces. Now, what is the magnitude of couple? That is what? That is magnitude of a force multiplied by lever arm. Magnitude of a force, that is say 5 kilonewton, and this is the lever arm. So it is a 5 into 3. 15 kilonewton into meter. And either clockwise or anti-clockwise in nature. Now we have some important characteristics of couple. A couple consisting of two parallel forces that are equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. It does not produce any translation because the summation of forces is 0. Okay, so no translation, only rotation. Do we have any resultant? Because they are equal and opposite in magnitude. So resultant of couple is 0. And if you want to balance couple, that cannot be balanced by single force. You have to apply the another one couple of opposite sense. Now, the difference between moment and couple. So, the moment is force multiplied by perpendicular distance, and couple is force multiplied by the lever arm of couple. To produce a moment, the major difference, if you want to produce a moment, single force is enough. And if you want to generate couple, you have to apply equal and opposite forces. You have to apply two equal and opposite forces. This is the major difference. Moment can be generated by single force, and to generate a couple, you have to apply two equal and opposite forces. Again, rotation of this wrench about the pivot is clockwise. Rotation of door, that is also moment. Rotation of this tire wrench, that is couple of forces. Moment has resultant force. The couple don't have any resultant. Okay, so resultant of couple forces is 0. And if you want to balance moment, you have to apply equal and opposite moment. And if you want to balance couple, that cannot be balanced by single force. You have to apply equal and opposite couple of forces. So I hope the concept of moment and couple is clear. Now it's a time of question. Rotation of this wrench about the pivot is moment or couple of forces? It is moment because only one force is applied. Now rotation of this tire wrench is moment or couple of forces? It is couple of forces because for this the two equal and opposite forces are applied. I hope all queries are clear. Still, if you have any query, any question, I will be very happy if you send me mail at structuralengineeringconcept@gmail.com. Thank you for watching. I request you to like, share and subscribe. Thank you.